Welcome back to the channel, Pokemaniacs. We currently have an onslaught of promos, and not all of them have been good. Last week we had the drop of Mega Evolution. Hopefully things went well for you. But we also had the release of Shiny Miraidon and Shiny Koraidon at GameStops, EB Games, and various other retailers. And a lot of people weren't really super hyped on how we were going to get these codes, and it kind of turns out things went a little bit poorly. At least with GameStops in my area, within about 2 hours of opening, everyone was sold out within my region. At least any GameStop that was within a 30-minute drive. And some GameStops were more strict than others, giving out only one code card per person. I know I really pressed my GameStop representative a lot. She recognized me. She was like, wait a minute, haven't you been here? And I was like, yeah. So I only was able to get one code, luckily. But I know people in line with me at this GameStop, and I've also seen a lot of comments on other threads where people were talking about how there's people who didn't even know what this code was. They maybe don't play the games on the Switch, and they were still getting codes for something they didn't even know about. Plus, as we know, the scalpers are everywhere. They also have their hands on these codes and are posting them up for $50 right now. So with that, many people are taking to the internet, as they do, to try to get some sort of resolution. So they're putting in support requests with GameStop, with Pokemon Center themselves. But it seems like, at least from Pokemon, we're getting a lot of canned responses. So a lot of people are getting this email from Pokemon support, whether or not they brought up the fact that some GameStops were also charging people to get the promotion. They still got this same canned response. I've seen this everywhere in forms of screenshots from their phone, from their desktop. So a lot of people are getting this canned response, which I get from a business perspective. You're not gonna be able to custom respond to every single message, but it is interesting that they just developed this whole messaging around it. So the team that's in charge of all this is very well aware of the volume that people are submitting with concerns around this promotion. I was also flipping through Reddit, as I do, and I saw somebody post about this, and they did quite a bit of math, so stating that there are over 3,200 GameStops in the US, and it does seem like most stores got roughly 50 cards. Some got more, some got, sadly, less. But if we just averaged it and said 50 cards across all of those GameStops, that would mean that there's only the possibility of having roughly 160,000 of these shiny legendaries out in the environment. And that's not including places like Europe or Central America. But still, even after they did some math across that, I don't know. The numbers just are not mathing. It just doesn't add up. And there's just no way that this is the only wave we get. But so far, it doesn't seem like any associates really know if there's going to be a reprint. Everything is leading to no, which is really unfortunate. If you do live in some of the other regions, though, hopefully you had better luck. So if you are in the US, you had this code at GameStop. If you have an EB Games in your area, such as in New Zealand and Australia, but also there's Micromania in France, Game in Spain, 8-Bits stores in Chile, Sears and Liverpool in Mexico. Those are two different stores. And I'm hoping that there's more stores available out there that are getting these promotions, but through me browsing the internet, those are the main places that you're able to get these codes. So hopefully you got yours. Like I said, most places around me within half an hour were out within 2 hours of even the store opening. So let me know how this experience was for you this past week. Let me know just your luck, I guess, down in the comments. How upset are you? What are you hoping for? I don't know. Vent down in the comments. We'll have a discussion about it, but on a more positive note, there is another promotion going on. This is going to be at participating League Battle stores. There's going to be a new Spirit Tomb promotion. This is going to be I think our first Halloween promotion, but you'll be able to get this stamped Halloween promo by participating at League events. This all starts on October 1st, and it goes until the 31st. Any attendees will receive an exclusive Spirit Tomb promo with the Pikachu pumpkin stamp, a Trick or Trade booster pack, and a Pokemon Go code that will award you a rare candy, an incense, or a lucky egg. So kind of fun that they're doing that, especially bridging two of the parts of the franchise together with the TCG and Go. That's pretty cool. Then this past week, super cool, there was another promotion going on. There was a whole event for it. This was brought to us by the Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre. Shout out to all of my Mexican viewers also. This is essentially the World Wrestling Council down in Mexico. In the US, we may know it as the WWE, WWF type of stuff. But this brought together many luchadores down into the event, all with themed costumes, basically giving us a real life version of the Machamp versus Halucha short that we got. There, we were also able to get this pretty cool Halucha card. I do love Halucha. It's got that CMLL stamp on there. Really cool to see, in my opinion. I think it's fantastic, but like I said, lots of themed costumes came out. I love, I don't know, I just love the vibe, the look of all of this. So super cool to see. After some of the performances, they even did a live viewing of the Hawlucha versus Machamp short where they showcased Mega Hawlucha. So super cool event, like I said. I don't know, I just love it. That was super cool. Also, kind of want to get my hands on some of those luchador masks. I think that would be pretty rad. Like, they need to do a whole line of this on Pokemon Center. We also have a new look at the line of environment figures from Jazwares. Saw this out on the internet. Don't know exactly who it came from, so I apologize. If you are the owner of this photo, please let me know. So credit to them. But this is the completed Flowery Farmland set, and that is somehow incredibly hard to say sometimes. That took me a couple takes. But we've got Tandemaus and Tepig there, a lot of T names also with the Flowery Farmland set. In this wave, we're also continuing to get the city environment, and then we also have a new version of the Ice Cave environment. Supposedly, these are available over at EB Games up in Canada, so my Canadian viewers, you might want to go check out your EB Games just in case. I tried to look on the website, didn't see it. Tried looking on a couple other sites also, at least like US-based stuff. Wasn't able to find it quite yet, but maybe here pretty soon, but keep an eye on your shelves. Also from Jazwares this past week, over on Pokemon Center, we actually got the new wave of Squishmallows of Sprigatito and Rowlet. Personally, I picked up the Rowlet at time of filming. These are still in stock though, so if you want to get after these, I wouldn't wait. I'm actually surprised these are still in stock, but the Pokemon Center's ones will have the little exclusive Pokeball stamp on there, the Pokemon Center logo. But for whatever reason you want a different one, maybe you're collecting them all, or maybe you just prefer a 10-inch sized Squishmallow, those are available also on Hot Topic. They've got the 10-inch version as well as the 20-inch version of Sprigatito and also the Rowlet. Both honestly look great. Personally, just a huge Rowlet fan, and I think the little like plumpness of the Squishmallow I think translated really well. Then if you haven't been over to Target, maybe you want to hop online because they have the Mega Pokeball set, the Pixel version of that. That's on sale right now for 50% off. So if you've been waiting, it's only $12.49 online right now. It's available for shipping. I think it's pretty cool. I'm probably going to pick this up actually. For that price, like it's just hard to beat. Because also while I was checking out all of the Mega Evolution drops, I went to Target. And this Mew one right here, I think in the last video I talked about this. I went to my Target, 70% off. So I got this for $7. Like it's crazy. So you may want to check out your Targets. Like I said, 70% off the starter Pokemon, whatever's left on there. And right now we've got that 50% off the Pokeball. I don't know, really good deals. Either way, I'll link them up here on the screen for you. I'll put them down into the description along with anything else that I can. This way, if you want to increase anything in your collection, got you covered. Then I'll also link to some deals over at GameStop. If you missed out on the original amiibos of Pikachu and Charizard, they're only $6 right now online, so hop on those. It's not enough to get you free shipping, but I'm still $6. Like that's hard to pass up on that. For whatever reason, I never grabbed the Pikachu, so I'm probably going to be picking that up. Then over on Box Lunch, there's also this new Loungefly bag. This is the Patches Denim Mini Backpack. It's looking really cute. It's got that like flappy top. That's kind of like got that adventurer look, I guess. But really sharp looking bag. It's got the like kind of like faux leather straps and stuff to it. Great look to it. It's got the patches on there, and then of course we've got on the inside a nice little bit of a liner and a zipper pocket, which is kind of fun. Just increasing some of that usability there, but just a big open pocket on the inside to stuff your things in. Then if you're hyped up on Mega Pokemon over at Entertainment Earth, we do have the Mega Charizard X model kit. It is back in stock right now. Pretty cool. It doesn't have like a ton of articulation, but there is some posability to the figure, and it does come with a stand. So if you want to make it look like it's flying or anything like that, you are able to do that, which is pretty fun. In Pokemon Center news, we had quite a few drops this past week. We actually got a restock of the Kanto Sitting Cuties, which was a pleasant surprise. A lot of popular Pokemon on here, like obviously we got the Charizard on there, the Mew. So really nice to see that. That was a fun surprise. In addition to that, we did actually get a huge drop of pins this past week. So as you can see, the special delivery Charizard is sold out, but there is a lot of other ones on here, like that Pikachu on there. And there's Jumbos, there's 3-packs, we've got Legendaries, we've got Evolutions, we've got all sorts of stuff in here. So a really nice wave. There's even some Paldean Pokemon, which I was really surprised to see. The Ceruledge looking pretty tasty on there. We even got a Paldean Wooper, But if you want to pick any of these up, they're available still up on Pokemon Center. And there's also the new wave of those gallery pins, which like you can like make them stand up, so you don't have to just wear them. You can actually stand them up, which is just a fun little gimmick. And then we also got the Dolly No Weird collection. We got some updates there. So lots of loungewear items, kind of, I guess is the bucket I would put them in. They're kind of like sweatpants, shirts, hoodies, but I don't know, this is just like the fashion nowadays with the kids, I guess. But really cool collection, realizing that I basically just chose photos of the Rayquaza, which you may or may not like, I don't know, but really cool collection. I like, it's a little bit more my style. I wear a lot of black, I guess, if you guys have seen over the years in the videos. But there is one white shirt and one like peachy color, I guess, so you got options, like, you know. Then this past week we also had the big drop, the Mega Charizard X EX Ultra Premium Collection. So many words and syllables. It was a very stressful, exciting time. I was like an hour late to the queue. I was like, dude, I'm done. There's no way I'm getting one of these. And somehow I ordered it, but I didn't get a confirmation email quite yet, but it did show up in my account history. So I'm really hoping that this is real, but hopefully you got one as well. It seems like these are going to be like really, really printed. It reminds me of the last Charizard UPC, where everyone was like scrambling to pick them up, but then they just kept printing them. So I'm kind of hoping that this is the case here, like that these end up sitting on shelves, specifically scalper shelves, because yeah, just nuts that how this dropped. So anticipating quite a few of these, but still, go pick one up if you can. Then Pokemon announced a new collaboration with the Natural History Museum in London. There's going to be a special pop-up store that is not a Pokemon Center, but a special pop-up store is going to open up on January 26th until March 22nd with some exclusive merch. Seems like this is going to be very similar to when they did stuff with like the Van Gogh Museum. Tickets for the event also open up on October 1st, so this week. Here we have the picture of one of the plushies that'll be available at the event. Kind of a unique plushie, I guess. I don't know, maybe not my favorite one, but it's exclusive merch, which is always fun to collect. As we get closer to things, I'll try to stay up to date on anything else that's coming out there, but so far, it's fine. I don't know. We'll see what else kind of gets announced. And then also other pop-ups. There's going to be a pop-up art gallery in Rome, all based around the Pokemon TCG Pocket game, which is very interesting. But this event opens up this week and goes until October 1st, so a very quick pop-up, but just seems like it's a very, very quick little art gallery, which is kind of cool, I guess. But I'd like to see more of the better arts. I don't know, like Venusaur EX. Probably not something I would put into an art gallery, but that's just me. Then in Scarlet and Violet news, we've got a new online competition. This is the Terrestrial Crescendo online competition. In this one, you're using 2 Pokemon to battle with. One has to be Koraidon or Miraidon, and a special restricted Pokemon, which this event would have paired very well with this promotion. Just saying. Like with that theming, like, and if we participated, then we would have got the shiny Pokemon. I don't know, whatever. If you do participate though, you're going to get yourself some Terra Shards and a free Master Ball. Registration is open until October 12th. Competition time though is October 10th to October 12th. But all you got to do is finish one match, win or lose, doesn't matter, just participate. You get 300 shards of Dragon, Fighting, and Electric Terra Shards. Plus, like I said, you're going to get that Master Ball. Then if you just booted up your Switch so you can go register and participate, you might also want to get online and check out your mystery gifts. This is it for the shiny Treasures of Ruin. So if you haven't done it yet, you only have until September 30th, which when this video comes out, you got a day. So if you put it off for this long, I don't know what you're doing. So hop in there, go get all of your mystery gifts. There's more Terra Shards, there's more items. Plus you get these shiny Pokemon all for free. All you got to do is just download it. Go do it. You could have done it already. And to celebrate the release of Mega Evolution, if you go on to TCG Live, not Pocket, but Live, you can use this code up here. We've got Mega Evolution 25. It's going to get you a special illustration rare of Mega Venusaur EX and Mega Kangaskhan EX. So at least we're getting some free stuff, and like as far as I know, you should be able to get that no problem. You don't have to wait in line. There's no code cards. That's the code, you just put it in. But going to physical cards for just 1 second, we have a new Paldean Fates premium collection. 2 years after the original release of Paldean Fates, we have the Great Tusk EX and Iron Treads EX box. I'm not entirely sure why we're getting this, but we usually get them just to help simmer out the market a little bit. But this box releases sometime in December of this year and should be coming with 11 packs of cards and 5 reprints of some promo cards in there. So we've got the Great Tusk and the Iron Treads promos in there, plus a jumbo. No official price has been specifically stated on this one, but since there's 11 packs in there, I would guess we're looking at like 60, 65 bucks. I don't know, that's the ballpark I'm gonna put it in. And then bouncing back to virtual cards, TCG Pocket, we got the new set coming out this week. Sort of new set. We've got the Deluxe Pack EX set coming. This set may or may not be exciting to you, but they're trying to make it a little appealing to both sides. So it should be coming out, I think, tonight, if I got my time zones correct. It's supposed to come out September 30th, so depending on your time zone, I guess, and when you're watching this. And this set is only going to be available until October 30th. So just, you know, I think they're trying to take your hourglasses, I think is what they're trying to say. But available for 1 month, and each pack is guaranteed to have a 4 diamond rarity or higher in there, and it's built all of like the EX cards that have been very prominent throughout this past year of TCG Pocket. There are some new illustrations that are being introduced, which is nice to see. So like the Pikachu EX, the Arceus. So this way, you know, there is something to collect with the new set. That's kind of the name of the game with these like gacha games like the TCG. But it is kind of nice for anybody who maybe didn't start right away with the sets, you know, or maybe you just joined very recently. It is nice to be able to get some of these more meta relevant cards. It's shifted a lot, but in my opinion, I don't feel like it's really shifted too much in the last 3 months. I'm just personally interested to see how some of this is tracked inside the game, because if it's like this whole new set and I gotta like dedicate for like this like second version of the same card, that's gonna be a little bit annoying. So it'd be nice if only like the new versions, the new art was part of that new set. I don't know, like just I'm a weird collector. But with the new set, we are also getting ourselves some new accessories. So we've got some new display boards available to us. This way we can display things with that general like look of the set, and also this new kind of creepy Professor Oak. I don't know. I like it, but I don't. There's just something about him that looks a little creepy, but let me know how you feel about it all down in the comments. And then probably my least favorite bit of news that came out this past week, the United States Department of Homeland Security posted some videos on their social media this past week. One of the videos depicted a lot of the raids from, I'm trying to be careful with the words because I don't want to like get my video flagged for anything weird, but there's a lot of like raids and stuff going on that they've like filmed, spliced together, and they put it all with the original Pokemon theme, stating that they are trying to catch them all, and even going so far as to like actually showing the photos of these different individuals that were taken, but even going so far as to showing like some of the faces of the people that were taken during these events. And I don't know, I don't like it. Like I think it's very distasteful. I feel like it's very immature to be posting these things, and also just I think generally offensive to those affected people, because whether or not like things were accurately actioned on, I can't prove that. I don't know. I know it's very obviously this is a very political thing, and it's very easy to get into like a heated debate about this. So just strictly speaking, I think about the tastefulness of this, I don't think it was very tasteful. So obviously these things were flagged to Nintendo, the Pokemon Company, and the Pokemon Company came back with a response that I think was a little bit surprising, but they said that we are aware of a recent video posted by the Department of Homeland Security that includes imagery and language associated with our brand. Our company was not involved in the creation or distribution of this content, and permission was not granted for the use of our intellectual property, which seems to be a little bit of a trend for DHS. They've been using a lot of content from other people recently and putting it on top of their own stuff, which generally is not a good move. But also, like I said, I think the content's stupid, personally. But I think we were like really anticipating that these lawyers were going to get hyper involved, and like there's going to be takedowns, and we were going to see like the match of the century here between these two entities. But so far, we're not really getting too much, which maybe is for the better. And still, my heart goes out to anybody affected in these scenarios, like accusations true or not. It's never like a good feeling to have your family ripped apart, or like, not that I've ever had to go through it, like God forbid, but I don't think it should be publicly out there like that, and also like made fun of, I guess, in this context. But anyways, hopefully you got all your Pokemon stuff, and hopefully you're getting some hits, you're finding the figures that you're looking for. You know, that's we need those dopamine hits right now. So as always, hit that like button, share it with a friend, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Trying to stay up to date on all of these Pokemon drops, the happenings, good or bad. But please take care of each other out there, and I'll see you very soon on the next one.